In today's video, is meal timing important? Hell no, it's not. Except kinda is. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com. In today's video, I want to talk about meal timing, what's been misunderstood about it, what we know now, and what I've come to appreciate about meal timing, because it was a lie that we were told a long time ago. And I believe that. I actually said this to people. I actually said this to people that I was friends with and even my family, that more meals throughout the day, more smaller meals throughout the day, stoked your metabolism. And I used to say, like, it's like putting a log on a fire, like at a camp. If you eat too much, it'll put the fire out. But if you do little, additions of wood throughout the day on that fire, it'll keep the fire burning. Well, this is a complete lie. This is completely false. And so we now know that the body is not that dependent on constant small feedings. In fact, there can be some great benefits to larger, less frequent feedings throughout the day. In fact, there's some research where they actually did the difference between one meal a day all the way up to 17 meals a day. Calories were equal. And guess what they found? Zero difference. Okay, so what does that tell us? Okay, the body is not that complicated, right? We're not outsmarting the body. If you take some food in, it's gonna get used, okay? Another common question that we get is about, well, how much protein? So the question for today comes from our private Facebook group for the Transformation Challenge, which it's already started, but we are going to have another one in the new year. So I'll put a link below to register for that, to get notified about it. We do give away $25,000, more than 100 meal plans, training plans, private support. I love answering your questions. And I had such good questions in the group, I thought I would put them up here for you guys. So you should be eating every 3 to 4 hours. Some say 3 to 4 times a day. Though I hit my macros, I find that due to my schedule environment, I graze all day. I don't always have time to sit down while I work. My struggle is my lower body, but I suck at squats and lunges. How do you hit your macros on days when you just aren't feeling super hungry? Such a great question, my friend. Let's talk about flexibility. Flexibility with food choice, flexibility with meal consumption, flexibility with the makeup of those meals, and let's talk about real life. Real life, okay? What happens on a day when you eat a lot of food, more than you normally do? The next day, you're oftentimes less hungry. And vice versa. Let's say you miss a meal one day, the next day you're usually going to be a little bit hungry. And this is what I call flexibility with your schedule. I coach a lot of people through fat loss, and I don't hold them to some rigid standard that they need to eat breakfast at 8, they need to eat meal 2 at 11, they need to eat meal 3 at 2 p.m., they need to eat meal 4 at 5 p.m., and then they need to have, a protein shake at 10 p.m. and go to bed. No. What matters? In the hierarchy of needs of success, number one, numero uno, is the total calories. Just below that, macronutrient profile, okay? Calories is gonna kind of control your weight loss, weight gain. Macronutrients is going to control more of your body composition, right? So if you're getting enough protein, fats, and carbs to get the proper response from the lifestyle that you're living, hopefully you're in the gym lifting some weights. That is how you look and feel your best. But I digress. That's an opinion that, you're not going to steer me away from. But I'll say this, you need to be doing something to improve muscle mass, lean body mass over time, okay? I just find lifting weights to be the most effective way to do that. I love it. But when it comes to like meal timing, here's why I say it doesn't matter at all. Because you could ultimately have all of your calories in 1 or 2 meals and basically get the same exact response as somebody who's eating 5 or 6 small meals a day throughout the day. Here's the caveat. Because I've tried this. I've tried eating 1 or 2 meals a day. I found that the meals became so big for me to hit my targets that I didn't enjoy them, right? I've also tried eating 6 times a day. That to me was tedious and annoying because it was every 2.5 hours. And by the time I was finishing this tiny little meal, I was still hungry. And then I was just literally watching the clock for 2.5 hours. And then I had to be like, wait, where am I going to be? If I was in a meeting and 2.5 hours hit and I'm starving, well, that's a problem. So a lot of people will associate what I just said, I'm starving, with coach, my metabolism is on fire. I eat 6 times a day and I'm always hungry. Yeah, you eat 6 times a day, so you're always hungry. Our hunger signals are closely associated to the pattern at which we eat. Your body gets used to that pattern, and it actually has some hormones like leptin and ghrelin, they're going to signal you and say, hey, it's time to eat, dude. Guess what happens when you learn to ignore that let's time to eat, dude feeling and just wait a couple hours? That feeling eventually goes away. And so what you can learn to do is eat on a pattern that fits your schedule. As you mentioned, your schedule can be fluctuate a little bit. So what I try to do for myself is eat based on what sounds good to me and what is right for me throughout the day. I'm not a big morning eater. I literally just have a couple eggs and a bagel and I'm good to go. I sometimes have just a protein shake and maybe a Pop-Tart and I'm good to go. But later in the day, after I've done some cardio, after I've used my brain typing on my computer, speaking to my clients, and if you're looking for a coach, set up a consultation at no cost, go to prophysique.com. And then once I've gone to the gym and gotten absolutely huge as I am an Adonis, but I do like to train hard. And guess what? Sometimes I'm running around with my kids at the playground, playing soccer. Sometimes I'm, playing tennis. Sometimes my kids are at soccer practice, I'm walking. Either way, my appetite picks up throughout the day. I might be hungry at night. I might eat a 12-ounce steak. I might eat 2-3 cups of rice, and then I might have a pint of ice cream after, okay? If you gave me that meal at the beginning of the day, I would be stuffed. And so what happens is I think we get into this idea of like, oh, this is what's best. I need to have 3, 4, 5 meals a day at these times. No. Find a pattern of eating that works best for you. Find some macronutrients that work towards your goals. I don't know where to start with macros. I have a free calculator below. And if you don't have any motivation, I've got a transformation challenge that starts in February, the day after the Super Bowl. But the idea here is I want to give you the tools to kind of do this yourself. Don't get caught up in the morality of foods. There are no good or bad foods. Eat what you freaking enjoy. Okay? Keep it within your daily calorie needs. And even better, keep it within your protein, carb, and fat needs. Do some cardio every day. Train a couple days a week. You're going to be amazed at how amazingly you feel and the body responds, okay? Let me know if you have any questions, guys. But no, meal frequency does not matter, except that it matters to make your day better. All right, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.